channel. And welcome back to the channel, ladies and gentlemen. Dig this. Today is Saturday, right? March 7th, 2026. We are going to have a conversation today about a fight tomorrow, right? Featuring, let me be precise and correct as I can possibly be with these names, or one at least, Opetaia, right? Versus Brandon Glanton, right? These cats are cruiserweights, right? And this is actually for the Ring Magazine and the IBF Cruiserweight Championship of the World, right? But there has been certain indications that has been put out that the IBF Cruiserweight, right, is not sanctioning this fight. Now, I don't know the particulars involved with that. That came out after I elected to choose the J. Opetaia, Opetaia versus Brandon Glanton, right? Some particulars came out in regards to the sanctioning body, which is the IBF, for some reason that wasn't made known, right, are not sanctioning the fight. But the fight is still set for tomorrow night at Meter Apex, Las Vegas, Nevada, United States of America, right? So this is going to be a good fight because the outcome of this fight could be a fight made for David Benavidez and the winner. But David Benavidez has specifically said he wants action at Opetaia, right? And who knows, right? If Opetaia wins this fight, which I'm almost certain that he will, because like Opetaia, is a hell of a boxer, right? And he's actually a knockout artist. We had 29 wins and 23 by knockout. No losses, no draws. He's never been stopped. You know what I mean? So this particular fight makes for a damn good fight. Now, likewise, his opponent, Brandon Glanton, is, let's go through the particulars, right? He's 34 years of age. He's 5'11" with a 78.3-inch arm reach. He's a right-hander. 21 wins, 18 by knockout. So we can also infer that Glanton has a knockout ratio consistent with being considered a knockout artist as well, right? So again, I'm gonna get back to the fact that I said at the beginning, this has the proclivity to be a damn good fight, right? Both these cats are bangers, right? As their record reflect that, and quite naturally, both of them want to win, but there only can be one winner in boxing, right? And in my opinion, Opetaia, right, is more than likely going to be the victor in this regard because of the win-loss ratio and the particulars involved in the height, which Opetaia is 6'3" versus 5'11", right? Now, on the arm reach, right, actually, Glanton has a 78.3-inch versus 67 inch. I mean, I don't really, say, shout out to the chat. What's going on? Bruce Gas, Boxing Jazz. Man, I still need to have a conversation with you. There's a few things that I need to get some information on, right, in regards to the things that you do on your podcast, brother, and beyond. Oh, yeah, exactly. Bruce Gas, Boxing, Jazz, and more indicated that the IBF stripped Opetaia of his belt. It's only for the Zappa belt, which is the Ring Magazine belt. Thanks for that clarity, brother. So now you know. Via Bruce Gas, Boxing Jazz, and more. 1969. This guy is been around like the Boxers Trainers Channel, right? So salute to Bruce Gas, Boxing Jazz, Bruce Gas, Boxing Jazz, and more. Hey, salute out to the fact that that is the first time that I got it actually correct, right? But look, I really never took notice to the fact that. Okay, let's get through this. But I do have something I want to discuss with you guys in regards to Floyd Mayweather Jr. Man, I was doing some study on Floyd Mayweather Jr. Man, and we'll get to that in a minute. But this fight is a good fight, right? And like I said, David Benavidez, which again is coming up another notch in weight, right? Wants to fight between Jay Opetaia and David Benavidez. David Benavidez want that fight, man. You know what I mean? And so this would be a good win for Jay Opetaia. You know, it would make for a damn good fight between the two. He and David Benavidez. Now we know David Benavidez is bringing the smoke. Let's be perfectly clear about David Benavidez. David Benavidez is one of the best boxers in the business as far as I'm concerned, right? And I'm quite sure I'm not going to get that much argument from anybody out there. If you do, you're just one of those types that just hate certain things and hate certain people, right? And I'm quite sure there's little room in David Benavidez, the way he walks, right? There's little to say bad about David Benavidez. He has damn good character. You know what I mean? For a shout out to the chat. It's a lot of you. Then it shout out to the chat. But oh, that's why. David Benavidez is to me is one of the best boxers in the business, especially in the sense that he carries himself respectfully all the way around the board. You never see David Benavidez get off in that type of jargon where his honor is in question. You know what I mean? He's a good human being, and I want to take notice of saying this too. I often have conversation with people in regards to conduct, right? The manner of conduct that the majority of the world and the people that interact with one another. We are in a bad place in reference to how we treat one another, right? And I'm mentioning this because I just said something about the conduct of David Benavidez, right? Excellent conduct, David Benavidez. And today, in the world that we live in, it's hard to find people with good conduct. I mean, it's just hard. People have these notions and behaviors, right, that are maddening. You know what I mean? I mean, it's just a horrible place to be in, man. I'm not going to go off into that because I'm quite sure you know what I mean. If you are the type of person that looks at people in light of good conduct versus bad conduct, I don't know. That's just something I have a tendency to do and judge people by their conduct, man. And I think, what other way can you judge a person but how he presents himself? Anyway, Floyd Mayweather Jr. I just took notice today that this isn't Floyd's first time at retirement. It's actually his second, right? And when he came back, there was a lot of chatter about who he's to fight next, right? Manny Pacquiao was a part of that conversation, right? And like it's like he got a lot of flack from from old media. I mean, they always attack Floyd Mayweather. You know what I mean? And I kind of got that. I get that why they did that, right? Because Floyd Mayweather Jr. is great. You know what I mean? And because of the color of his skin, right? He is going to take a lot of flack from those that are like-minded, you know what I mean, and feel a certain way because the person is white or black or whatever the case may be. But in this case, black, right? Floyd Mayweather took a lot of flack. But A lot of people say Floyd Mayweather Jr. is not educated, but I have to give Floyd Mayweather Jr. a lot of respect from the way that he's able to conduct himself um, uh, verbally, right? He can, if he isn't educated, you wouldn't know it because he knows how to carry himself in having a conversation and defending himself and defending the integrity of what he believes and what he believes in his ability to box. He believed that he's the best boxer in the world, and I concur with that, man. You know what I'm saying? I don't know um, him being at what 49 years of age, how that's going to affect his performance. But I will say this: I did a video on Floyd Mayweather Jr., and it was my opinion at 49 that he was going to encounter a lot of problems with his mobility. Right? I had a lot of problems at the end of my career with my mobility. Right? I mean, to be able to jump rope is not going to be like it was. Right? I don't know the coordination becomes a problem in jumping rope. It's today for me. It's a problem, right? I mean, and it was a time in my life, right, that I could easily do 5 to 6 minutes nonstop jumping the rope, and I mean dazzlingly, I could jump that rope, right? Just like Floyd and the rest of them, those cats that put a lot of energy into the sport, right? They get good with everything they do. And jumping the rope happens to be one of the things a great boxer does when he's great. When he pursues greatness, he has to do everything in the gym to become great, right? Jumping rope is one of those things. And for an older dude, I'm saying this as a result of experience, right? That is one of the first things that you lose is your ability to jump the rope, right? I'm talking about you lose some functionality in your heels, right? You know, like your heels like a rotating cup. No, excuse me, a rotating movement when you jump in rope, right? It's like a rotating, right? But when you get older, um, the calcium. I think it's the calcium build up in your ankles, right? That limits your ability to jump the rope. That happened to me, but I don't see that. I was watching Floyd Mayweather today, and I didn't see that. He can still jump that rope, and that's a good thing. It says that he still has mobility. I noticed a couple of things in his work regimen on the bag and stuff like that. Um, he may need some questions on certain things that I see him doing that he shouldn't. I don't think he should do. I don't think if I go back and look at his tape in the days back in the days, right? I never saw Floyd Mayweather touch the bag. What do I mean by that? Touch the bag, right? Quite naturally, you're punching the bag, you're touching the bag, right? But to touch the bag in the sense that it becomes a problem is when you punch the bag and you use your hand to stop the bag, right? You know what I mean? You use you when you use your hand to stop stop the bag, right? That's not a good thing. And I noticed Floyd Mayweather Jr. doing that lately. I'm not going to say he did in the past, but I'm gonna be damn sure to go back and check and see, right? Because he got away with it if he did, right? What I mean by that's not good is when you work in the bag and you use your hand to stop the bag, right? What you're doing is every time you touch the bag with your hand, not with your fist, with your hand, right? You losing the momentum you had before you touch the bag. You have to reset every time you touch the bag. You understand what I mean? That is kind of like taken away from the consistency you gain when you punch in that bag, right? The punching the bag for me, you know what I'm saying? It consists of punching the bag and moving all the way around the bag. You can get as good as I was, where I could punch the bag, draw a like a I want to say a print in the bag, and you follow that print, right? That print is going to take you all the way around the bag, and that way you learn to use the bag and that imprint as a means to use your feet to get to where you want to go with when punching the bag. What was that? I had a student, my first student. I taught him that. Right. At first, he was having at, at 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 first he was having problems. He was having problems with his mobility. Right. So I said, hit the bag, get your imprint, make sure it's eye level. Right, and follow that imprint. And sure enough, he learned the art of being able to punch the bag, follow the imprint, and move around the bag graciously. You know what I mean? There's a lot of things that I have that these youngsters don't know about, right? And I don't know. I mean, one day maybe they'll get enough sense to say, I'm gonna cut through this old man and see if he really knows what he's talking about. There's a few cats out there who Keyshawn Davis, I would love to have my hands on him. You know what I mean? I mean, it's just a lot of. I think I'm gonna do a podcast on Keyshawn Davis. I think Keyshawn Davis is special. I think Keyshawn Davis is special. Quite naturally, he got a lot of negative flaws, right, that need to be corrected. They see what I'm saying, and here's the thing. That is the responsibility of the trainer to correct those bad behaviors. When I was boxing, I mean, when you really into boxing, right? Boxing takes you into a stratosphere, whereas it just changes you. You know what I mean? If you're really into boxing, boxing changes your behavior, right? It goes from stupid stuff to yes or no sir. You know what I mean? That type of thing. It just gives you a different outlook on life, right? But you have to be into boxing to that degree where boxing can change you in a positive sense. That's what boxing really does to y'all, man. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, I would love to get my hands on Keyshawn Davis. Keyshawn Davis. The more I look at Keyshawn Davis, every time I view him, it's like he shows something different in the area of greatness. You know what I mean? I will be perfectly honest with you. At first, I just couldn't stand him because the notion that you're a damn good boxer and you act stupid, right? That says something to me about about your trainer. Really, I just mentioned that it says a lot to me about how you being trained. You know what I mean? A trainer. I've said this before. I'm gonna say it again. A trainer, a real qualified, impressive trainer, has this certain zeal about himself, right? That is effectuated onto the trainer, to the boxer. You know what I mean? I mean, that's how they they become united as a, you know what I'm saying, as a instrument of understanding, right? This zeal, this energy. You know what I mean? Everybody ain't got that, man. I'm sorry. You know, and I just took notice to the fact that uh Brian Norman Jr., right? He switched trainers from his dad and he went to this cat was the guy that was training the twins. He was also training Ryan Garcia. I can't think of his name. I'm not great on names, but I'm quite sure you guys know what I'm talking about. But anyway, he has since changed to another trainer. I don't. I mean, I just got that over there. I named it and the likes. I didn't get that, but it was said that he since switched trainers, right? And like I believe in that. If that's what you need, no, it's obvious that he believes that he needs to switch trainers from the trainer that he had after his father to the new trainer, right? Let me see let me see if y'all can be patient. Let me see who that was. Hold up, y'all. Hold up. Yeah, Oh, yeah, yeah. Where is his name? Hold up. Ronnie Shields. Ronnie Shields is Brian Norman Jr.'s new trainer. But before Ronnie Shields, it was this cat out of uh, Dallas. And I need to find that name too. Anybody in the chat got any intel on who was Brian Norman's trainer after he fired his dad? Ronnie Shields is the trainer of record today. Okay. Let me see. Hold up. Let me see if we get that. Ronnie Shields is the trainer now. I'll tell you this: Ronnie Shields is a um, good fit for Brian Norman Jr. Brian Norman Jr., in my opinion, is a damn good boxer, right? And I really think, no disrespect intended to his dad, but his dad took him as far as he could go, right? You know what I mean? I don't know. I mean, if all the energy that Brian Norman Jr. displayed and get to where he was associated with his dad, right? Or whether that was just Brian Norman Jr.'s compelling desire to want to be the best in the world, right? Sometimes you could separate the two from his father's being able to train him to that degree, or to Brian Norman Jr.'s ability to want to be great and get in the gym and making that happen, right? But to switch up and get a trainer that can take you further, you know what I mean, than you just having that compelling desire to be great, right? Like a Ronnie Shields, I can honestly say I believe that Ronnie Shields can take Brian Norman Jr. to that level, right? And so it's a good move in regards to furthering his career, right? And want to excel in the game. That's what it's about, people. It's about excelling in the sport of boxing, right? It ain't just about you know what I mean. For me, it wasn't just about the dollar bill, right? For me, I took the notion that I wanted to beat the hell out of Martin Hagler, right? And I believe in my career, right? Contrary to the fact that I never got to that point, I believe that when I got to a level of, I don't want to say great, but man, I was damn good, right? That I could have beaten Marvin Hagler. When I was at the peak of my career, I believed that I could whoop Marvin Hagler. And if you're not thinking that, anything that you do in life, right? As far as the sport or in the name of business, right? Don't even try. Just forget it, because you have to have the psychological notion to be able to do what you need to do in order to make it happen. Boxing included. Boxing included. You know what I mean? So don't let people fool you by thinking like boxing is easy work, because it's not. The Devin Haney's, the Torresburg Crawfords, the Useks, the Vasily Lomachenkos, the uh, I'm naming special people. Uh, uh, I'll include Shakur Stevenson, Keyshawn Davis, um, Mason, Abdullah. It's a lot of them, right? They thrive. They thrive. You're not going to hear them say this, but they thrive to be great. They thrive to be great, man. You know what I mean? Boxing is a sport that it's an individual sport. It ain't a team like mentality. It's an individual sport, and you got to motivate yourself and your mindset. You got to motivate your mindset and your body to believe that what you telling your body that I am great, you got to make that happen, and you can make it happen, man. It again in anything that you do, right? But I'm using boxing as an example because I have did that. I did that. So, man, shout out to the Boxers Trainers channel, right, for putting y'all up on the game of the sport of boxing. That being said, man, hit that subscription button, hit the like button. Drop a comment in the comment section and let me know who you guys think the victor will be between Jay Opetaia versus Brandon Glanton. That being said, man, I'm gone. I'll see you later.